KCAL Rocks. It is Patrick in the morning. It is Thursday before the big game, and we got to talk to our guy Pep because there's actually a lot going on, huh, Pep?
There is, and we'll get to those Super Bowl predictions. We'll break down the Eagles and the Chiefs in just a moment. But today is the NBA trade deadline. Now, is it going to be dramatic today and have a bunch of big trades? I'm not sure because we've already seen some major trades going down the last couple of days. Of course, Luka going to the Lakers. It looks like Luka's debut might be on Saturday against the Indiana Pacers. But even last night, man, we saw the Golden State Warriors going all in, getting Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat. And the Warriors, like the Lakers, they've got an aging superstar. So they have to win right now. So they brought in Jimmy Butler so Golden State could be relevant in this playoff push.
Look at that, man. Golden State, finally the Jimmy Butler thing gets rectified. Luka. I thought I saw another move to the Lakers getting a center or whatever, sending Dalton Connect. That was supposed to be in the works?
Yeah, so Dalton Connect, who was their first-round pick last year, they sent him. There was another player, a first-round pick to the Charlotte Hornets. It's for Mark Williams. He's a young, I think he's 23-year-old center to kind of, fill that void left by Anthony Davis in the middle because the Lakers had a small lineup. They didn't have any big guys. So they're hoping that this guy will fit in and maybe be, Luka's running mate into the future. I don't know a lot about Mark Williams. I know the Hornets stink, but apparently he was good enough that they would send off Dalton Connect, who was supposed to be a star at some point.
So it is like you said, there would be one more move that the Lakers made. And yeah, it is a little sad to get rid of Westside Connect.
Yes. Yeah. He was supposed to be the real deal, right? So, and he still might be. It'll just be in Charlotte. It just won't be with the Lakers. So we'll see. But the Lakers, again, like the Warriors, going all in. They want to win right now or next year at the very least because LeBron's 40 years old. I think Steph Curry's 36, getting ready to turn 37. So the time is now for both these teams, and they both made major moves before this trade deadline.
Yeah, they did.
So keep an eye on your smartwatch or your phone because 1 p.m. Pacific time is that trade deadline. So as we talk this morning, man, we might still have more deals before this afternoon. So it could be a lot of fun to see what happens at the the 11th hour, the final hour of the trade deadline opportunity.
Yeah, these other teams will see these moves and be like, we better do something. So if anything's cooking, get it rolling.
Got to do something. Kevin Durant's name has been out there linked to a lot of teams that he's going to be out of Phoenix.
Right.
There was talk he might go back to Golden State. I don't think that happens now because they got their guy Jimmy Butler, but Kevin Durant could be on the move. So some big names out there that could potentially be packing their bags.
It sure seems, too, like Phoenix cannot move anybody.
No.
It's got to look – because, you heard about a couple players, Booker, KD, and then, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah, Phoenix was supposed to be like an NBA championship contender the last couple of years, and I think they got to the point where they might just have to blow it up. Maybe keep, Devin Booker in the mix if they can, but, yeah, other than that, they might blow that thing up. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, so – we'll see. It's going to be fun as the trade deadline approaches at 1 p.m. local time. Now, we got to talk about the Super Bowl. And Patrick, before I break down the matchup and I give you my prediction, I'll even tell you why I'm giving my prediction or how I should say. But, the Kansas City Chiefs are trying to make NFL history, being the first team to three-peat, win 3 Super Bowl championships in a row. But I saw this stat and I loved it. You may already know it, but maybe we can share it anyways. There's actually not a team, but a player out there in the NFL that has a three-peat already under his belt. There's only one player. There's only one player in NFL history to win 3 Super Bowl titles in a row. Patrick, with a pep quiz on a Thursday morning, do you know that one player to do this?
Is it Charles Haley?
It is not. I'll give you one hint. It was with the Cowboys and then the 49ers, and it's not Dion.
Right, that's a tough one. Is it Ken Norton?
Ken Norton Jr. Your boy. He coached up in Seattle, I believe, for a minute with Pete Carroll.
Great linebackers coach, Kenny Norton Jr. Wow.
Yeah, I think he's with the Washington Commanders now as the linebackers coach. But yeah, he won 2 with Dallas. Then he went to the 49ers and he won another one. So he won 3 Super Bowl titles in a row. No player's ever done that except for Ken Norton Jr., the star linebacker in the 90s.
Kidding. His dad used to give Muhammad Ali a tough time, and then now he's the only three-peater. Wow.
Yep, that's it. So as the Chiefs look to make history, I'm about to give you my prediction. Now, first off, 2 years ago, Kansas City beat Philadelphia in the Super Bowl 38-35. And the story in that game was, like Kansas City does every single time, they came back in the fourth quarter. They did it to my 49ers twice. They did it to the Eagles. They outscored Philly 17-8 in the fourth quarter to win by 3, 38-35. We've talked about this before. You can't let them hang around. They're going to win. So this time around, here's how I think it's going to play out, Patrick, and then you can give your prediction.
I'm writing it down.
Fourth quarter, Philly up 20-13. Kansas City scores in the final minutes to go 20-19. They go for the win. They go for the 2 points. They want their third Super Bowl title in a row, and the Eagles get the stop. 20-19, Philadelphia wins in dramatic fashion in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. That is my prediction.
Yes. Wow, I have it written down, so we'll make sure and keep an eye on this. I have already written mine down. So you believe it's going to be a very tight game, a defensive battle, Pat?
Yeah, 38-35 was their first meeting 2 years ago. I just feel like, man, especially in the Super Bowl, the score's always a little lower than you think, and both these teams have better defenses than offenses. So I think it could be 20-19. Now, after I just said all that, it's probably going to be like in the 30s again. But anyways, that's what I think will happen.
Right. I think it's a good point that you make too. And one thing that people should remember is Jalen Hurts played great in the Super Bowl.
Best game ever.
Lots of questions about how good he is. And now he has Saquon. So I believe that they may actually score a little bit than we think. And what I have written down is KC getting their three-peat, beating the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know if they can stop Saquon or not. Clearly, that's going to be an issue. 31-28 KC is my prediction.
Let's go. So, listen, it's well documented. I don't like Kansas City, but to be honest, I don't care for the Eagles necessarily either. So I just want to see a good game, and then after the Super Bowl, I can start thinking about my 49ers for next year. You can think about your Seahawks for next year. So
yep, there's always next year for everybody. There's always that sad part too. My kids are all excited, and I'm like, I'm kind of sad a little bit. They're like, why? I'm like, football's over, man.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. I love football, dude.
Yeah.
And yes, we have baseball. Yeah, the NBA's going. But football is king, baby. We all know it.
Yeah, college football, NFL, man, even the high school stuff. I love it all. So it is kind of sad to see it come to an end. All right, so there's the predictions. Other big NFL news relating to the Rams, Patrick, real quick. So one is the Rams are actively shopping star receiver Cooper Kupp, man. After a record-setting season, helping the Rams win a Super Bowl, they're ready to trade Cooper Kupp after 8 seasons with the Rams. So he will definitely be a hot commodity, and the Rams will probably get a nice, return package for Cooper Kupp.
And look, he has struggled in the last couple years, right? Especially with injuries, stuff like that. This is very Bill Walsh of Mr. Sean McVay. Get rid of him before he's totally toast, and you can get something for him. I've always said that, Pep. I'm a believer in eventually he's either going to retire or he's going to be done. Trade him now and get something for him. He is a Yakima, Washington kid. Do I want him to come home to the Seahawks? Yes. But like Pep was saying, a lot of teams are going to probably want Cooper.
Yeah, I would imagine so, man. He's not that old. Like, he's, 31, I want to say, in that ballpark? So he probably still has some good years in front of him. So we'll see where Cooper Kupp ends up, but he will not be in a Rams uniform next season, assuming he gets traded. Now, the other big Rams news is that for the first time ever, the NFL will play a regular season game in Australia. It'll come in 2026. It'll be in Melbourne, Australia, at some big cricket stadium, and it holds like 100,000 people. And the only team we know for sure that's going to play in this game is the Rams. It's actually going to be a home game for the Rams. So remember, 2026, so not this upcoming season, but the following in Australia for the Rams.
I think this is actually really cool because I don't get to travel that much. If I were a Rams fan, I would be kind of pumped to see if I could combine a little trip to the Australian outback and get to watch the Rams. That would be something very different and very cool. Also, we've had some games in some dangerous cities. I would say I feel a little bit safer in Australia. Do I know the safety of the crime rate in Australia? I've heard there's not a lot of riffraff going on in Australia. I think it's freaking pretty cool, man.
Yeah, you just got to watch out for the giant snakes and spiders, you know. But other than that, the kangaroos might be safe. But yeah, I mean, the NFL is trying to conquer Europe and Mexico and all these other places. I feel like Australia is like the next natural place, right, where the NFL wants to spread their game into another continent, another country.
Man, they're like the new NBA. When Pep and I were kids, the NBA was going global, and now it is the NFL. While the NBA seems to be sinking, maybe they can turn it around. Pep, our predictions are written down. Enjoy that big game, and make sure you tell them how to get your stuff, Pep.
You can get my stuff and tell me how wrong I was on Inland Sports, X, Twitter, Facebook. I also got the Inland Sports YouTube channel, and you can check it out anytime you want at your leisure. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.